Hello everybody. This is Rubel Mia from AHZ Associates. I would like to welcome all of you to today's live session. We have wonderful Adam from Richmond University. He will be presenting about Richmond University, and you will get all necessary information. Before we start, I would like to introduce AHZ Associates briefly. So AHZ Associates have been recruiting students for over 9 years from all over the world, including Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nigeria, Ghana, and so on. We have over 13 branch offices worldwide and over 200 counselors working to recruit students for the university. Today we are introducing Richmond University. Richmond University is basically located in London, in Kensington and Richmond. They have 2 campuses. The good thing is about Richmond University that those students who like to get a British degree as well as American degree, it's a great opportunity for them. So I will not waste any more time. I will hand over to Adam to start the presentation. Thank you very much.
Hi there. Thank you very much for that, Rubia. Do I just? Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I just need to share my screen. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Cool. 1 second. Yeah. So sorry guys, just bear with me.
No problem.
So hold on, can you switch? Can you see it now? Is that okay? Yeah. Hi there, everybody. So my name is Adam Charlton, and I work in the recruitment department here at Richmond, the American International University in London. Today, I'm going to take a little bit through our university, what makes us a unique university here in the UK. I'll tell you a bit about our undergraduate degrees, about our postgraduate degrees. I'll tell you about our internships and study abroad. We'll look at tuitions and fees and scholarships. And I'll also tell you a little bit about the application process as well. So the first thing I want to say is that Richmond is a unique institution here in the UK. So we're special because we award students both a US degree and a UK degree. So you study 1 degree program and you graduate with these 2 different degree certificates. So we're the only university in the UK that's doing that. And it means that we get to take the best bits of both education systems. So, you know, the UK, the US, they have 2 of the best education systems in the world. And we get to cherry pick the best bits from both. And that means that you have diversity in what you are learning. So you're going to be studying a global curriculum in an international environment. So you're going to be in a classroom with students from all over the world. You're going to have choice because the American liberal arts system gives you lots of flexibility, both in the programs you take, the electives you study. You can choose to do a minor alongside your study, which means that you have a second area of field. And you also then have the freedom to do an internship in your final year. So there's an option for all students to do an internship. You could also do a semester studying abroad at one of our partner universities. So lots of our students, they'll study with us in London for a year, then they might go to somewhere like Paris or New York or LA for their second year. Then they come back and they finish their degree with us in their 3rd or 4th year. So these are really life-transforming opportunities that you're going to have while you're studying here at Richmond. And as I said, you're going to graduate with both the UK and the US degree, which is going to really help your employability. So you can see some of the key points that what make Richmond special on the screen here. So we are a small university. We have about 1,500 students, and that's across 4 years, so bachelor's, and 1 year's worth of master's. We have 2 teaching spaces in London. So we have our main campus in Richmond, which is for bachelor's degree students. Then we also have a campus in Kensington, which is for postgraduate, for master's degree students. And we offer that choice and flexibility I've just talked about. We have accommodation guaranteed for new students, particularly for bachelor's degree students. They can have rooms on our Richmond campus. We have this study abroad opportunities that I talked about before. So this is where students go and study at a partner university for a semester or possibly for a whole year. We have these high contact hours. So the US has tighter restrictions for contact hours than the UK. So this is where I talk about us having the best of both systems. So you have a minimum of 15 hours a week of lessons in your first year, which is higher than other UK universities. We have integrated internships. So this means that our internships are part of your degree program. They are worth credit, okay? If you go and do an internship, it will be for a minimum of 6 weeks. You will have to do an assessment on your internship, and it will be part of your degree. Okay, lots of universities talk about internships, but they are not built into the degree like they are here at Richmond. We also have very generous scholarships. So I'm going to talk more about those later. So lots of students can get 20, 30, 40% reduction in the tuition fees. And that's just based on their grades. They don't need to do separate applications. As I said, we have a very diverse student body. So we have students from over 60 different countries studying with us on campus. And for a very small university, that's a really high number. And we have a lot of personal attention and support. So because we're a small university, people will know you, they'll know who you are, and they will give you personal support, both during your studies, when you're doing your project, when you're looking for an internship, and when you graduate and look for a job as well. Okay. So this means when you graduate, you're going to take advantage of our 93% employment rate. We have award-winning student services, and we have an alumni network that spans 140 countries and is made up of 15,000 alums. So this means that you're going to become part of this wonderful network, and there'll be lots of opportunities within that once you graduate. Okay. And just to make it clear for some of you that perhaps don't know the US liberal arts system, I know we've got quite a few students on here from Bangladesh who are probably quite familiar with this. But just for those of you, so I've talked a little bit about this idea that you can study a major and a minor in the liberal arts system. So your major is your degree. So for example, mum and dad want me to study economics, so I do a major in economics, and then I do a minor in psychology or accounting or maths. So a minor is a way for you to study something extra that you're interested in alongside your studies. You don't have to decide this before you apply. It's just something you can decide to do during your first year. And this is really great because you might have something that you want to study as like a bit of a hobby that you can do more seriously. So for example, maybe you have a major in business management, but then you have a minor in photography because you really like taking photos and it's a fun thing for you to do. Yeah. So this means you're going to have more choice and you're going to be able to explore more areas that you're interested in, which is going to be good for you. It's going to make you a more interested student. You're going to be more motivated to study. And ultimately, it's going to give you skills that other people won't have. So hopefully it can make you more employable as well. So we have this wide range of electives. So what I mean by this is when you're at university, each year you're maybe going to study 6 what we call classes or modules, or maybe you'll study 10 classes or modules. Now, on some courses, you get to pick from a long list for some of those. So you might have 5 that are compulsory, everybody studies. then you have 5 from a list that you can choose from. Okay. At Richmond, we have a lot of options, a lot of choices in these electives. Other UK universities, you maybe only get 2 or 3 choices. So this means you can study a topic that you're really interested in, which is going to, again, make you more motivated. You're going to be happier when you're learning. Okay. So I talked about this already. So this minor, okay, which is not related to your major, and means you get to study this extra field of study. Yeah. You're going to be in a very international environment at a US liberal arts university. We are 3 or 4 years in duration. So US degrees are 4 years in length. Some degrees here at Richmond can be completed in 3 years. And for some students, you might be able to complete your degree in, you can do it in, say, 3.5 years. So again, this is to do with the personal attention and support that we give you. Because you are on your own study pathway, because your results will be analysed by us individually, you may be able to finish faster than some other students. And then we also have this amazing internship program. So this is one of the oldest internship programs in London. We have been doing these since 1972. We have a very large network of companies we work with. And what makes them special is that they are part of your degree. So this is true for both bachelor's and master's degrees. If you choose to do an internship with us, a 6-week accredited internship, then you will do a shorter thesis or dissertation. So you have to write a shorter project at the end of the year. And you're going to graduate.
Adam, just one question about internship. Do you offer any granted internship to students? How does it work? If you could explain, please.
Rubia, I've got a really good slide on them in a second, so I'll just wait and explain on that slide, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Cool, thank you. Wrong direction, sorry about that. So guys, as a American liberal arts university, in the first year, you're going to study classes that make up what's called our core curriculum. So these, it's a bit like a foundation year. But you take these classes that are going to set you up to be really successful at university. So these classes give you the core study skills and essentially some core life skills that you will then develop over your next 3 years. And they're going to put you in a great position when you graduate, because they're going to give you a really good foundation to be successful at university. So we have class about transitioning. You're a young person, you're moving to another country, you perhaps English isn't your first language, you're studying in a new environment. So this class is all about getting used to helping you settle in and get used to studying and learning at university. We then have classes on research and writing, science, arts, and then humanities as well. So these are going to be your first year classes. Some of these you might be able to skip if you have really high grades, but essentially, everyone's going to do these classes, and it means everyone's starting from a really good position to be successful at the university. Just moving on to degree programs, and then there's the slide on the internships. So guys, we have a business school, and we have degrees in business management, and there are 2 strands: entrepreneurship, international business. So entrepreneurship is obviously looking at starting your own company, being a small business, and then growing that into a larger business. International business, we're already looking at global companies, how they operate in different countries, in different markets. We then have a degree on fashion management and marketing. So this is looking at the business management of the fashion industry. So you have a big company like Zara, they make clothes in factories all over Asia, and they ship them to shops in Europe. What's the process for this? How long does it take? What are the supply chains like? How do they deal with different laws in different countries? These are the things that you'll be studying. You'll also look at like retail therapy, consumer behavior. We then have marketing and economics programs. Students will often combine this with a minor. So for example, you might have major in marketing with a minor in advertising and PR, or a major in economics with a minor in finance and investment, or a minor in psychology. Yeah. We also have a finance and investment program. So this is looking quite a lot at banking. So obviously being in London, this is really a major industry. We go on trips to the stock exchange. You learn how to use the different traders terminals. So it's a really interesting class, really great if you're interested in that side of things. And we have an accounting and finance exam as well. So you'll see here the ACCA. This is the Chartered Accountants. And this is the exam that you will need to take if you want to become a practicing accountant. It's a global qualification, the ACCA, and you will get exemptions from about 8 different papers. So that's really important for those of you that know that. We also have a sports management degree that's taught in Leeds, at Leeds University, and students play football as part of this degree program. We then move on to our School of Communications, Arts and Social Sciences. And you'll see we have the different groups of degrees here. So we've got degrees on communications, advertising and PR, media studies. So this advertising is much more creative. Digital communications and social media. So this is the future. You know, we all have digital marketing, marketing for social media. This is a whole new industry. Companies employ people just to do this job, or employ teams of people. So you're learning all about this. We then have a film studies and a film and photography programs. Film and photography is very practical, using a lot of cameras, equipment. We have studios and stuff on campus. You're going to be making a lot of short films. Film studies, you also make films, but you're also looking a bit more at the history of cinema, theories of cinema, these types of things as well. We then have more traditional programs on history, international relations, politics, American studies. So these are, again, really fascinating. There's lots of crossover here. You know, to study these international-based subjects in a great global city like London with students from all over the world is really important. Then we have a psychology program, which is accredited by the British Psychological Society, so BPS, British Psychological Society. And psychology is a really popular degree here in the UK. So yeah, Rubia, you asked about internships. So we have one of the oldest internship programs in London. They are 4 credit, so this means they count towards your degree, so they make up part of your grade. And you take them during the semester, so this will be in your final year. So you can take them during the semester or over the summer, okay, instead of having classes, because as I said, it's 4 credits, so it will, you know, it counts as a class, sorry. Okay, they're usually for 9 weeks, and this is because you have to do enough hours for us to award you the credit. And as they are for credit, you need to produce a weekly journal, so you have to write about your experience like a diary. You do a portfolio of the work that you did. So if you're, you know, doing an internship in a marketing company, you might give examples of some of the campaigns that you worked on. And then you usually have to give a presentation about this. Plus your supervisor will also, you know, write a report on you. Guys, and this is going to make you what we call industry ready, yeah? Because you're going to have studied a degree, you're going to specialize in an area, yeah? So let's say you study business management as your degree. You specialize in supply chain management. You do an internship with a company in supply chain management. You then write your dissertation on supply chain management. So now when you graduate, you are ready for a job in supply chain management. Yeah, you've got 4 things that you can talk about. Okay, so this method works, and we get students good jobs.
Adam.
Yes, Rubia.
Yeah. Can I just remind our viewers that you can put your comment on any question in the comment section, and at the end of the session, we'll try to answer as many as questions possible. Also, you can join in our Zoom session at 11 o'clock, where you will be able to ask any question directly to Adam or to our team members, and you will be able to get your answer. So please make sure you save the link and join at 11 as well on the Zoom session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ivy. So guys, I'm available to have one-to-one Zoom sessions after this, and we can do personal consultations with AHZ after this session. And yeah, please do type in any questions you have. Hopefully I will answer them as we go through, but we will have a Q&A session. I've got about 5 more minutes, and then we'll have a Q&A session. So guys, just to highlight, these are for postgraduate as well as bachelor's degree students. So whether you're doing masters or bachelor's, you can do an internship with us here at Richmond. There are some conditions. You must have a 3.0 GPA, okay? And you can also do them abroad as well. So we have students that do them, in companies in Asia, South America, the USA, and in cities in Europe as well. So at the start of your final year, you will go and have a one-to-one consultation with our internships office, and they will, work with you to find you an internship in the type of company or the type of job that you really want. Rabi, did that answer the question?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So guys, I've just got a few student comments here. So Tabia, she's 4th year, studies political science. So she really liked Richmond, the small class sizes, the dual degree. Richmond's in a beautiful area in South London as well, so that's helped. Very green, very lovely. So she's been able to do lots of trips. This is actually in the Houses of Parliament. So she went on a class trip to the Houses of Parliament, and she's travelled around Europe as well. And then obviously you've got the graduate. Yeah. Bachelor's. Anyway, so guys, we have 2 campuses in London, or 2 facilities. So Richmond, this is for bachelor's, undergraduate, bachelor's degree students. Yeah, we have these these different buildings. The main building, this is where students are, where we have accommodation, where the dormitories are, where you will sleep, where you have breakfast, lunch, dinner in the canteen. Then we have a library building here as well. This building also has classrooms, gym, theatre, studio. Lots of facilities there. We then also have a library building as well. Okay, and then these are some accommodation buildings. There's a sports court, so football, basketball. This has psychology lab in the Red House, and there's some more classrooms. And then in Kensington for master's degree students. So Kensington is right in the centre of London. And we have this building on Kensington High Street for our master's degree students. And then for those of you that don't know London, so Richmond is in southwest London. It's very green, very quiet, very beautiful. It's quite a nice area to live if you have a family. Okay, but it's only half an hour on the train from the very centre of London, from Waterloo. And it also has a tube station, so underground station. So you can get the district line to West London, and that takes about half an hour as well. So if you want to be out in London every day, you can. If you just want to stay on campus and go to the town of Richmond, then you can as well. So Richmond has a lovely town. There's a big high street with lots of shops, bars, restaurants, cafes, cinema, theatre, sports clubs. Yeah, lots of things to see and do. So guys, I know that you are all interested in London, and I think the key point that I just want to say here is that, London is the global centre for a lot of industries. And that means that, there are government offices there around those industries. There are lots of companies with head offices, events are happening. So the opportunities that you have to break into the areas you want to work in, to get jobs, to have cool experiences, or to take advantage of these employment opportunities are in London. Guys, I've mentioned something called studying abroad. I'm not going to go into too much detail because you guys will be coming to study abroad at Richmond in London. But basically, in the 2nd or 3rd year, you don't have to decide this now. you have the option to go and study at one of our partner universities. We have about 30 different partners all over the world. There are just some here. There are lots more on the website. But for example, you know, you're a business student, you're studying business management, and in your second year, you can go and study at Pace University in New York if you wanted to. Now, guys, what the key point here is that it's there's no extra tuition paid because it's an exchange program. So for some of you, you'll be coming to Richmond, you'll have a really good scholarship, and it means that you can go and study at some of these universities in America that would cost a lot more money, but you're going just as a Richmond student on your Richmond scholarship. So it can be really good value. But yeah, you can have an amazing cultural experience doing study abroad. We have lots of clubs and societies, and you know, every day our students are going off doing something in London. It might be academic related, it might be social, it might be purely for fun, but they will take advantage of any sort of opportunity around things that they're interested in. We also have our own events that we organize for you. So we have like international weeks, Halloween, Thanksgiving. So these are paid events that we put on for our students to have a good time and to celebrate these special occasions as well. Guys, we're moving into some of the more technical details now. I think it's best if for this stuff that you ask AHZ, and they're in the best position to advise you and helpful. These are for bachelor's degrees, and there's no SAT, there's no ACT. We just care about your high school qualifications. I'll let you guys ask. I can tell you what they are for any country in the world. So if you ask Rubio, we'll be able to find that out for you. For bachelor's degrees, for IELTS, we need 5.5 overall. For postgraduate, for masters, we need 6.0.
Adam, did you say you require overall 5.5 for bachelor degree?
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
5.5 every section. Yeah, all components.
Okay, so overall 5.5. Sorry, so overall 5.5 and no less than 5.5 in each component, right? Wonderful. Yes. Yeah,
and this is for postgraduate. It's the same, 6.0 overall, 6.0 each component. So it's just half a point higher.
Mm-hmm. Is it possible for you to talk about academic entry requirement? We will pick a couple of countries, not many, because we don't have time to go in each and every single country. So if you could talk about India's entry requirement, please.
Yeah, so cool. So for India, we just need you guys to have the standard 12, and we're looking for you to have a minimum of 60% to meet the entry requirement. And then to meet our scholarship requirements, they start at 65%. So I just want to show you on the screen now. Is this the website you can see, Rubio?
I can't see your screen, Adam.
It's the website, yeah?
I can't see anything. I can't just see you, not your screen.
Okay, fine. Let me just 1 second. I just want to show you the scholarships as well as the entry requirements, because I think that's I think that's sorry, I've made a mistake there. The Indian entry requirement is 55. And then the scholarships.
Sorry, is it for postgraduate 55%?
No, for bachelors.
Bachelors, okay.
Yeah. So if I go back and I want to just share screen. This is sorry, 1 second. Let me just put this. Select a window screen. So you can see here, yeah, India, yeah?
Sorry, I can't see your screen.
Why is it not?
Can IT team help Adam, please?
Guys, do we know? Okay, look, I will. Look, let me just say it again. It'll just make it easier. So, guys, sorry. So, for India, the entry requirement is minimum is 55 on your higher secondary standard, and then we have a £2,000 scholarship starting at from 60 to 65%, £3,000 if you have 65 to 70%, 3,750 if it's 70 to 75. And for those of you that have over 75%, then you can get £4,750 reduction in the fees. And then, if I give another example, which is another good example, Rubel? Rubel, what's another good example of a country to give?
Could you tell us about entry requirement for Bangladesh, please?
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, Rupal, I don't have that here. I'm sorry, it will just take me a second to find it. So I'll look for that one.
That's fine. We can cover that in our Zoom session. So if any student from Bangladesh would like to ask question about the entry requirement, can join our Zoom session and ask that question. Adam, do you have entry requirement for Morocco? Because what I've seen, there are so many queries come from Morocco. I think Moroccan students, they really, love Richmond University. We usually get a lot of queries from Morocco. So if you can share, that would be great.
Yeah, so that's no problem there. So for the Moroccan students, on your diploma de baccalaureate, your secondary school baccalaureate diploma, the lowest grade is a 12 average. So that's 12 average. And then the scholarships will start from grade 14 and above.
Okay. If you could tell us a little more about your tuition fees. So how much do you charge for undergraduate and for postgraduate?
So let me move. Let's move back to this. So I just want to see if it will should work. Can you see?
No, I can't see the screen.
Right, you are sharing your entire screen. It's just so silly. Okay, 1 second. Is that one? No?
No. I'm not sure what is the problem. So if you could just...
the fee, the sticker price is £14,750 for international students. But as I mentioned, most of you will be eligible for one of the merit-based scholarships. So they start at £2,000, and then we have £2,000, £3,000, £3,750, and then £4,750. And those scholarships are automatically awarded on application. So,
is this scholarship for each year or just for the first year for undergraduate?
No, for each year. So for every year, and you will it will be automatically renewed as long as you have a minimum GPA. So you have to have like a B.
So it seems that that overall tuition fee for undergraduate potentially could come down around £10,000.
Yeah, I would say so. For those of you that, you're certainly looking at sort of 11, maybe 11, if you get the £3,750 scholarship.
Yeah.
And then we have university accommodation, and that I would say that's quite reasonable. It's about £300 a week, and it includes food.
Adam, can we answer some question from the comment section? So we have Salman Khan asked a question about study gap. Is there any requirement in terms of study gap? So some university do not accept students if they have more than 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Could you please explain?
No, so there's no restriction there. We would like to know what you've been up to. So on your personal statement, when you apply, you tell us a little bit about what you have been doing. If you have any, your work experience, maybe these types of things. And then the only other thing to say is that some English qualifications are not valid for more than 2 years. So like an IELTS exam isn't valid for more than 2 years, for example.
Yeah. Okay, and we have question from Angel Magar. I think the question was about entry requirement for Nepal.
For Nepal. Okay. Yeah. So do we have that? Yeah, so I have that one here. So it's 60%. So your higher secondary education certificate, so the lowest grade you could enter is 60%.
Thank you. We have a question from Salman. He was asking about entry requirement for Pakistani student.
Yeah, cool. So Salman for Pakistan. So on the HSC, the higher education secondary certificate, 70% is the lowest. 70%.
Okay, thank you. We have a question from Omer Siddiq. Can we apply for student visa if one of my application is already in process?
So hi guys, for the visas, no, you need to be accepted and have an unconditional offer. So you have to have met all your conditions. So you need to have your final high school transcript. You need to have paid your deposit. You need to have done your English test. So all these conditions have to be met, and then we will issue you with the CAS letter, which is what you can use to book your visa appointment. But AHZ will help you with that. They're experts in this. So, yeah.
Thank you. We have a question from Mizan about language requirement. I think we have covered that for undergraduate, overall 5.5 and no less than 5.5 in each component. And for postgraduate, overall 6 and no less than 6 point in each component as well.
Yeah, I'll just add to that, Rubel. Sorry to interrupt. That we do accept the TOEFL Home Edition. An IELTS indicator, which you can do online at home. So for those of you, I know for some of you guys, it's difficult to get to test centres. You can do those online ones. And we also accept what's called Pearson test for English, and also the Cambridge First English test as well.
Do you accept Duolingo?
No, we don't. I know you guys, for you students, you think the Duolingo is the easiest one, but I'm afraid that we don't accept it. Sorry.
We have another question from Salman Khan. I done a 3 years diploma.
I can see this one. Yeah, I'm just reading it now. It's quite long. Any type of course or diploma for me nowadays. Simon, what I would say is that I think, did you get, when you say 3-year diploma, do you mean a full degree? Because I think you could just come and do like what we call like a top up. You just come and do 1.5 years or maybe 2 years, and then you can get your full degree. You should be able to get that.
What I would suggest to Salman, that please join the next Zoom session where you will be able to talk to Adam and directly.
Yeah, no,
that would be great. Yes. Yeah, if we can, if I can ask you some questions on behalf of our viewers.
Yeah.
You already covered about location as well. Richmond and Kensington. If you can tell us in couple of words, like very briefly, why should a student study at Richmond University?
So guys, what I would say is that because of this, the special thing about Richmond is sort of the size, or what makes us really different is our size. So if you want to have that personal attention and support and be in a sort of smaller, close-knit community where everyone sort of knows each other, then you are going to like Richmond and you will do well at Richmond. If you just want to sort of be a little bit quieter and on your own and just fade in the background, then you're probably going to find that difficult at Richmond, because people are going to know you and see you and ask you questions. It's going to be quite sociable. So you've got to really think about the type of environment you want to be in. And I would say Richmond, yeah, good for those students that want that attention and support and want to feel like they're sort of closely part of something. If you just want to come and be in London and sort of do your own thing, and like fade in and out, then yeah, perhaps there are other universities that are better for you. That's Rubel, that's my key thing, I would say.
Yeah, from your presentation, I would just add a couple of points what I believe would be really good for students. So number one is you already have covered the small class size. Number two is that all degrees are liberal arts degree. So you will be able to choose your major and minor at the later stage rather than doing sooner, which is not most universities offer. So very few universities offer liberal arts degrees. So it's really, really great options. Yeah. And I think Richmond University is offering really, really good scholarship, like about £11,000 after scholarship. If you have good grades. Usually universities charging 14, 15, 16,000, over average tuition fee. So that would be great as well. What else?
And then the 2 degrees. So guys, if you do want to go and live and work in the US, having that US degree, having that cultural understanding, there's lots of the students at Richmond are American. You're going to make friends and connections with American people. The professors are American. You can do a work experience internship in the US. So if you do want to go and live and work in the US, then Richmond is a great stepping stone to do that. And, I don't encourage this, but we do have students that come to Richmond, study for 2 years, then transfer to universities in the US. And they do it just to save some money. Because the first, if you can study 2 years in London at half the price, and then you save the money to then go to the US for your final 2 years.
Adam, do they get
if you study in the US for a year, it's going to cost you $50,000, $60,000. If you come and study an American degree at Richmond in London, it's going to cost you half that. So
exactly.
That's the other, good point.
Do they get 2 certificates or 1 certificate?
They actually just get 1 certificate, and it has the 2 stamps. So one from the Middle States Commission in the USA, that they validate degrees for Harvard, for about 100 universities in that area in the US, and then also from the QAA Office for Students here in the UK.
Yeah, so this is a wonderful opportunity for students to have a degree from American and UK university by studying only in the UK. You will have the universities offering good scholarship. Entry requirement, a very, very flexible entry criteria, I would say. Also, I think because the entry requirement is lower, students don't need to do foundation. They can straight to start 4 years bachelor degree. While if you study in a different university, if you have lower grades, then you might need to do a foundation and then 3 years bachelor. So there are real advantages of studying at Richmond University. I think we are about to finish in next 2 to 3 minutes, and then we will start the Zoom session at 11 o'clock. Adam, do you want to give your closing statement?
Guys, I think it's really important, you find the institution that's right for you. So please look at different types of university and work out where you think you're going to be sort of successful. I would really recommend, attending Richmond Open Day or trying to learn more and speak to the guys at AHZ. They really know what they're talking about. They can really give you some good advice.
All right. Thank you very much, Adam, for joining the Facebook Live session. Thank you, all our students, viewers, those who has commented, and I would welcome everybody to join in the Zoom session where you will be able to ask question Adam directly, as well as you can ask question to AHNZ colleagues as well. And we will be able to give you one-to-one counseling. And any complexity, anything you want to ask, even though if you want to ask any question about other universities, you can do that as well in the Zoom session. So I would request everyone to join. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everyone. And I wish everyone all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.